All right, I'll be reading from Dad's novel, The Witch of East Nashville, page 135, my favorite passage currently. We were pushing them over there. We picked up our share of opium to keep high. It was being run in the airplanes to keep the South Vietnamese business boys happy. They had to make some extra money to keep fighting for our cause. Everybody knew it. Our boss man, those gentlemen with fake names who wore suits and ties and visited us out of helicopters, told us it was in the interest of national security to keep it quiet. We knew we wouldn't tell. Pause. The Decentralized Stupidity Agency ain't smart enough to strategize a war we could win, but they're good at dope running, and they're too smart to be central. That's the one thing they are intelligent about, is to be so broken into different groups that they don't know what one of them did last week. They can always honestly testify that they have no information on this or that. Tell me more about the ghosts. Oh, we all began seeing one over and over. Well, most of us did. One of our boys who was killed in Laos, he'd been killed wearing a French uniform and a French ID. He wasn't where it was legal to be. We all knew it. His parents were lied to, told he was in an honorable battle with us. He died after burning villages and killing prisoners. He told me earlier that it was all wrong, that he wanted out of Vietnam. Pause. You don't want to hear this, but I keep seeing his ghost. Upstairs 2 nights ago. My God, that's pretty scary. Huh, you got that wrong. I'm glad to see him. Well, maybe a little sad. But he was a good fellow, and it made me change a little. Hell, I wish I'd dodged the draft by becoming some damn weekend warrior in the Air Force Reserve or something. Well, let me just ask you some more questions. Brad proceeded with the usual family names, addresses, work, background, etc. On his way down Union Street toward the city, Brad stopped and bought the morning paper, the Nashville Times. The expected story was one page of Section B, local events. Welfare woman dies mysteriously. A disabled public assistance client died in her home Monday night under some unusual circumstances. Frida O'Connor had been speaking out about alleged occult terrorism in East Nashville and had informed the local police that she feared for her life. Hours before her death, at around 7:00 p.m., she had spoken to the police detective, Harrison Jenkins, with welfare counselor Brad Burgess. She had received a threatening letter in her mailbox at 1429 Spring Road, allegedly due to her conservative Catholic position against modern occult media events. Later, she called Burgess, pleading for his return, but upon his arrival, he found her dead. The coroner has not determined the exact cause of her demise since there is no visible damage to her body. Burgess himself is a newcomer to Nashville, and most coincidentally, his wife Carolyn was a witness the same day to the discovery of a child's corpse at historic Civil War site in Fort Negley. Funeral home visitation to Frida O'Connor is scheduled tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Haysbert Funeral Home at 4700 Gallatin Pike. Brad shook his head. He had some normal visits to make. What do you think about that, Dad? That's your book, The Witch of East Nashville. That's page 135.